Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Last time we went ahead and started at the Forest Temple along with freeing some monkeys here, and now, by freeing some of these monkeys, they want us to come back out in this room, where when we first got into this dungeon, we saw a little monkey fight going on where this bridge was destroyed. But now with 4 monkeys with us, they're gonna go ahead and let us across, so now we can actually get across this bridge. And we can figure out what's on this other side. If we get to run up with that monkey, maybe why he went ahead and destroyed the bridge. Just maybe. But with that, let's go ahead inside. And here's some things for you to go ahead and restock up on hearts if you really need it, which I do not. So let's go ahead and enter this room and see what's ahead. So, I do believe, actually, this is the mini-boss of this dungeon. Yep, door locks behind us. Little ominous scene. And, hey, look at that. It's that monkey from before. And he's not a happy camper. Nope. He wants to go ahead and attack us. So, he goes ahead and cuts down those 2 little Deku Baba creatures and slaps his butt at us again. Figures. These guys are really easy, so don't even worry about them. I don't know why he thinks that's a threat to us. What you want to do is when he throws that boomerang, roll into the pedestal he's on, and then they'll knock him down. So just slash away his open rear there, and that's all you gotta do. It's a pretty easy fight. And knock him down again. You want to try to deal more damage, to do some spin attacks, or just go ahead and use the jump attack. A few of those will go ahead and take this guy down really fast. So, this guy is pretty easy because of those reasons. Usually will not hurt you. Like, I don't even know if he even goes for any more of those Deku Baba creatures above. I've never seen him knock down any more than the ones in the beginning cutscene. And that's it. Like I said, pretty easy. But running into that pole knocks off that spider on his head. And apparently, after that thing is gone, this guy is wondering what just happened, looks around at us, and panics. And runs away as well. So maybe that thing was controlling him? Not 100% certain on that, but that looks like it was probably the case. But hey, left behind that boomerang for us. Sweet. Let's go ahead and get it. And it flies. I am the Fairy of Winds, who resides in this boomerang. You have freed me from evil, and now I have my true power back. Please, take it with you. Use it to aid your quest, and may both my power and my blessing go with you. If you focus power on your boomerang before releasing it, it will unleash the power of winds, aiding you in unforeseen ways. And so with that, we get the Gale Boomerang. This boomerang here houses the Fairy of Winds. So it's not just your standard old boomerang where you can go ahead and hit things from afar and pull some back with you. You know, pull some items back. But also, if you go ahead and lock on items, you can lock on the 5 at a time. You can go ahead and actually use a wind attack. So it will be used to not only stun certain enemies, but also it will be used to activate certain switches. I bet even the monkeys should be satisfied now. Okay, let's continue combing this place. We already found something good, so let's keep searching places we haven't looked yet. Will do. So to get out of here, all you gotta use is use your newly found Gale Boomerang, throw out that little switch up there, and that'll blow it around, starting to open up this door a little bit. So we want to go ahead and keep on doing that. One more throw should do it. Come on. Thank you. And there you go. Doors opened up again. No problem. Now these Deku Babas up there, now dead. They would never ever see any combat. Sad, sad story for them, but oh well. Like I said, never seen that mini-boss there throw any more than those 2 in the beginning cutscene at you. I've only seen those 2 Deku Babas, and that was it. Not just that, I don't know if that's their official name, because that's not the standard Deku Baba we always see. That's a different style of Deku Baba, so I don't know if that's their official name. I don't know the official name of all the enemies in this game, because there's no real way of me knowing unless I look it up. So, I don't 100% know it. I mean, I only know a certain few because these enemies have been in other Zelda games, or I may have seen other Let's Plays of this game, or other Zelda games with similar enemies and whatnot. So that's one way I know some enemy names. Well, I guess there are still some monkeys you haven't freed yet. At this point, you should just save them all and see what you can get for it. Well, I already know what I can get for it. A way to the boss room, like I've mentioned previously in, I think, the last episode. I want to hurry up and get over here before the wind changes. Oh, it changed. Oh well, I'll just use my boomerang to knock that back. And I want to go ahead and just stun that thing. There we go. So that's our way back over to the main part of the dungeon. And now we're back over here in this part where we got two monkeys before. So while we're over here, we want to actually head back over into this room here, where we freed a monkey in a cage. Well, kind of very descriptive, isn't it? A monkey in a cage. There was another room where we already did that. But no, in this room here, this is the room where we saw the tile enemies. So, you want to go ahead, and the Wii version, you want to go ahead and put out the right lantern here. If it was the GameCube, be the left one. Actually, torch. I don't know why I'm saying lantern. Oh, and that knocks these enemies away now. Just use the Gale Boomerang, and now flip them over. And there you go. Killed one of them. I usually don't kill these guys, but if they're in front of me and knocked down like that, I'll go ahead and kill them. But you put out the certain torch here, and it will go ahead and reveal this treasure chest, which has a heart piece. So now we have both the heart pieces that are in this dungeon. I don't have to worry about them anymore. So let's just go ahead and continue on. And free more monkeys! Because freeing monkeys is always a good thing. Let's go free our animal friends! Let's go do it! It's kind of funny how, though, in this first dungeon that the heart pieces are kind of next to each other. Heart piece that we got before was in this room, and then the other heart piece we just got was in the room right next to it. Kind of funny if you think about it. But oh well. Now you will see monkeys like this around here. You won't have monkeys following you anymore, but you will see some monkeys just in other rooms where you've been at before, where you can go ahead and swing. They'll go ahead and be there just to let you traverse areas in the dungeon you need to get to, or areas you may need to go back to. So that's useful. But you knock down this chest from above, and inside of it is another item usually in Zelda dungeons, the compass. The compass will go ahead and show you where you can find objects hidden in the dungeon, like treasure, and also in this dungeon, a certain bonus, which is to find monkeys. Actually, Midna's going to tell us that right now. Well, if it isn't something useful, as long as you have that, you should be able to find where the captured monkeys are, right? Very true. So we go ahead and open up our map once again. See these little red dots, and now you also see this purple dot. The purple dot is the boss of the dungeon. As you see by the skull always indicates the boss. And then also you see these monkey heads, which is the red dots. So we have 3 more monkeys we need to go ahead and free. So let's go ahead over here and see now if we can do anything in that one room we had to go to before that had a small key in it, but we couldn't do anything at all in the room with. Now that we have the Gale Boomerang, we might be able to do something in that room. And actually I want to kill this guy so I can get some seeds from him. That actually sounded kind of odd, I know, but I want his seeds. I want his pumpkin seeds, or slingshot bullets. I don't know what exactly to be called, but I'm hoping they're bullets because seeds sounds kind of weird in a case. But anyways, you see this little pattern here? This pattern on the floor here demonstrates what you need to do. So you need to go ahead and activate these 4 switches in the order that you see on the floor there. So let's throw our Gale Boomerang like that. And doing so will open up this cage, revealing this special looking chest. Whenever you see a chest that looks like this, this has the traditional boss key in it, which in this game I do believe is called, yep, the big key. I figured as much. They started calling the boss key the big key in Wind Waker. So you go ahead and use that key now to get into the boss room in the dungeon. So we will need that. That's kind of easy to miss your first time playing, because you wouldn't think of doing that, so to say, right away. And then you get to the boss door, and it's like, okay, how do I get in? I need a key, but I don't have it. And this monkey here wants to lead us over to this room we've been at before that had that key. If you remember it. Well, here's another look. But over here now, since we have the Gale Boomerang, we can go ahead and flip the bridge like we did before. So now we can go ahead and explore this area. So this monkey wants to lead us over here. Let's see what's behind this door. First things first, pots. Give me my daily doses of item and pot. And I did not mean to hit the 1 button. Jeez. They want to bring up the map now of all times. And you guys probably thought I was going to say my daily doses of pot, didn't you? Oh, nope. I'm against drugs. Why would I say that? My daily doses of items in pot sounds actually better for you than my daily doses of pot, because you say that and then it makes you sound like a druggie. I guess in order for us to check out the temple out completely, we need the help of the monkeys. Oh well, let's help the rest of them. So as you see here, this will tell you your progress of monkeys you collected. Once you have all the monkeys, they will go ahead and help you across to the other side there, which that is the boss room right over to the other side. If we had a way of getting over there now, we can go ahead and take on the boss right now. But since we do not have any way of getting over there right now, we're kind of stuck, and we need the help of the monkeys. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all those bugs up there and use my boomerang to go ahead and kill them all. And is that rupee really following the boomerang? I wasn't even locked onto it, and I didn't think the boomerang would be in the range of that rupee, but okay. Works for me because I still got it, but okay then. Whatever floats your boat, money. Alright, now let's slowly climb, slowly climb. This is kind of making me want to have that little leap feature that's in Skyward Sword, where you go ahead and fling your Wiimote and then you kind of climb a little faster, although it drains your energy faster. Which can be kind of annoying for a person like me that rushes through areas where you can't really go too fast, or else you will be out of energy and then you'll drop down. So yeah, not a good thing for someone like me who speeds through every area he goes into in games. I don't know, that's how I usually am, really. I always kind of rush through areas. I don't know why, it's kind of a force habit in video games. Which I guess is why I really like Sonic so much, because I always rush through areas, try to get through them as fast as I can sometimes, so that's probably why I like Sonic games so much. Which I really, really do like them, and I've grown up with the series ever since Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I've already explained that in my Sonic Generations Blind Let's Play I did a few months ago. So I don't really need to say the reason again. If you want to know my reason of how I'm, a big Sonic fan that I am, go and watch that LP, because I explain it there. I'm not going to explain it in a video like this. If I was going to explain anything in something like this, I would explain why I'm a big Zelda fan. Because, yeah, I grew up with Zelda ever since I was a kid. And actually, the first Zelda game I've ever played was The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. And a funny story is about that, I have 2 versions of Link to the Past on my Super Nintendo. Yeah, I have 2 cartridges of it. And the reason being is because my brother, who I haven't seen in a very long time, because he lives in another state, so I have not seen him in years. Actually, the last time I seen him was when I was a little kid, when I was moving down here to Florida, and he was a little angry that we were moving down there. He was angry my dad was moving away there. That was the last time I saw him, so that was not the best note to see your brother last on, but oh well, what are you gonna do, right? But he had a copy of A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo as well, and I guess he was getting tired of it and didn't want to play it anymore, so he just gave it to me. That's not the only game he gave me. That's how I got a lot of my Game Boy games. In fact, I think the only Game Boy game that I got that wasn't from him might have been Pokemon Yellow. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that might be the case. I have 3 Game Boy Color games, but that was a completely different story. That I actually... Those games were mine. You never had a Game Boy Color from my knowledge. And... it's not just that. I also got a lot of his NES games, because he didn't really play too many video games when he started to grow up. So, when he didn't really want them, he just gave some of them to me because I was playing a lot of games back then. So I got a good amount of games from him as a hand-me-down, which was very nice. If my NES worked, I'd be happy about that, but I actually have 2 NES systems. I had one that I originally got, and that doesn't work anymore. Then I had to go out and get another one. Luckily, I knew someone who had an NES I had to get rid of. But the problem is that one doesn't work now either. And that's a common problem like everyone has with their... Did he really just walk off the cliff? Really? Did that moblin just commit suicide of all things? Wow, that moblin must really hate his life. I heard that he was really scared of Link. He sees him, it's like, I can't take this anymore. Jumps off bridge. Jeez, that moblin's just suicidal. Alright, but finish you. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed my NES doesn't really work anymore, because I have a good amount of games on there I do want to play, but I kind of can't. Luckily, though, I do have a lot of those games now on my virtual console on the Wii, so I can play them, but I just can't play them on the original console. And not just that, but there also are some NES games on my actual NES I can't play because they're not on the virtual console, and they really just fall down that hole again. Wow, I am stupid. You don't really need to jump down there, because all that is below us is just enemies. So don't even bother going below. You just need to be on the high points of that area. But yeah, anyways, I do have some NES games that are not on the virtual console I kind of do want to play. But it's just really to try them out, because I do have a lot of NES games, but I don't think I tried them all. Just simply because I didn't really play too much of the NES when I was a kid. Why did I do that? I actually need to go on the other side. I thought I got all the monkeys for a second. But I didn't really play too much of the NES as a kid, because when I got it, I think it was around the time I was starting to play my Nintendo 64 a lot. And I was still playing my Super Nintendo from time to time, too. So, oh wow, yeah, I forgot, you actually gotta move this guy out of your way. He's in your way. You don't have to necessarily kill him, but because he knocks me forward like that, I'm killing him. But yeah, when I got the NES, it was around the time I was playing my N64 more, and I was playing my Super Nintendo from time to time, so I wasn't really all that interested in the 8-bit gaming. So, because of that... Oh, really? Let me just flip you. Never mind. But because of that, I didn't really play all the games on the system, and I wish I did then, because now I don't have a fully working NES. Yeah, there are supplements out there, or you can just go the official way and actually get a working NES, which would cost you probably a fortune nowadays, since a working NES is almost rare anymore. Since a lot of them had a common problem where there was a pin in the cartridge slot that broke from usage. So a lot of people ran into that problem. I think I ran into it as well, so that's why my NES systems don't work, because I have broken pins on them. But there are some people who I know who have an NES that are still fully functioning. And to them, I gotta say, lucky you guys, because if you run into that problem, it's pretty dang devastating when you have a good amount of NES games and you can't play them. But the cheaper alternatives, I'm actually kind of looking at one. I've seen a review from Classic Gamer on this a few months ago. But if I really need to get an NES to play these games on again, I would probably get the Retron 3 system, because that system is a system that plays 3 types of games. NES games, I'm going the wrong way, but it plays NES games, it plays Super Nintendo games, and it plays Sega Genesis games. I wouldn't really have the use for the Sega Genesis games, so to say, but I would have the use for the Super Nintendo and NES ones, and the Retron 3 uses the controllers from those systems. I have plenty of NES controllers since I had to go and get another NES, so I have like 6 controllers, I think, which is insane. If I ever wanted to turn one of those into a USB controller, well, I can, since I have plenty to work with. If I fail at one, I could try another. But yeah, that's a nice touch. And it has an S-Video port for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis games. I heard it doesn't work for the NES games, but that's not that big of a deal. Especially since NES was only made to be put out the highest resolution of composite quality, so I don't know how that would work to push it up even higher. But enough of all that talk about retro gaming. Now you get all the monkeys, they'll swing across over here, and they will let you over here to the boss door. So, now that we have all the monkeys, and we have a way to the boss door, we can go ahead and end the episode off. But first things first, get out an empty bottle. Because in one of these pots, we'll actually have a fairy. If I can go ahead and open the pots. There we go, this has the fairy. Be careful not to absorb it. I almost did by accident. You want to go ahead and catch it in your bottle instead. What a fairy will do is, if you fall in combat, this thing will refill your hearts. And fairies will refill your hearts by 8. So 8 hearts healing, that's pretty dang good for the beginning of the game here. And not just that, but also since the fairy can revive you from a fall in battle, they're pretty dang useful, so to say. But I'm going to end it off here, guys. So yeah, I've been rambling a lot this episode, and actually kind of the last episode. This has been kind of more of a rambling on recording session I had, more about my past and quality of videos and such, but well, hopefully you guys enjoy my commentary nonetheless. But anyways, next time in Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, we're gonna go ahead and take on the boss of the Forest Temple. So, I'll see you guys next time.